This here is showing you Sid's Limit Break number 1. Welcome everyone to the super duper bonus episode. This is Boost Jump, Sid Limit Break number 1. Similar thing here, this is Vincent's Limit Break number 2, Death Gigas number 2 out of 4. Pretty powerful move here, the ability to dunk things in the friggin' face for lots of damage is always useful. And yeah, we'll continue on after this. Hello there everyone, welcome again to another episode of the Super Bonus Mega FF7 run. Here what I'm showing you is that I've been power leveling loads of alls because we need to have a certain amount of gil to be able to do the Chocobo side quest. You're supposed to have about 300,000, as you can see I have about 94,000, which isn't going to cut it really. So I decided to put lots of materia on the Javelin, which is Sid's double growth weapon, and sell lots of mastered alls. You can buy alls for 20,000 gil from Fort Condor, as you would have seen yesterday, and basically I switch them around. You can sell one mastered all for 1.3 million gil, which is absolutely friggin' phenomenal. And with that amount of gil, we can actually proceed to start the Chocobo side quest. So as you can see here, 1.4, oh my bad, I thought it was 1.3. So 1.4 million gil here. Suddenly I've got lots and lots of gils, and it only cost me one all. You have to be careful when selling materia, because if you sell materia that you can only ever get one of in the game, you can't buy it back, so it's gone forever. So be careful, very careful. So there we go. So now what we're going to do is we are going to obviously save the game and go over to the icicle area. And once you get to the icicle area, we want to go to this house here. This house here is very special and very necessary for what we want to do. And what we need to do with this house is go up to the Chocobo Sage after talking to this green Chocobo that will give us an enemy skill materia. Talk to this Chocobo Sage, and he will sell us some greens that we need. And that's the majority of the money expenditure that we need to get through right now, is this part here. The Chocobo Sage is an eccentric fellow who doesn't know who he is, and he needs to sell us some greens so that we can level up our Chocobos. Chocobos don't level up in the conventional sense. You race them, and if you win, you get to the next class, but I'll explain that later on. So for now, what we need to do is buy 85 Silcus greens. I end up buying more, but I think I overused some of them to feed Chocobos, which you shouldn't do. But either way, so now once we've got this, we want to take off and fly back to the Chocobo farm. As you can see here, flying back to the farm. We want to fly back to the Chocobo farm, whoop, and go see the guy who runs the stables. And the guy who runs the stables is in this little house right here. And once we've done that, we can talk to him, and each Chocobo stable costs 10,000 gil. You have to buy 6, all 6 would be great. So that's 60,000 gil. So far it's cost us about 285,000 gil or something to that effect. You need a minimum of about 300,000. You can get away with having 500k, that'd be great. I'd already bought one by the time I'd done this video, so you can see that I'll only be able to buy 5. And there we go, so we've got all 6 now, so that's brilliant. And now we can go and actually start catching some Chocobos, which would be brilliant, fantastical, amazing sauce. But we need to talk to this guy first, because he also has some greens we need to buy. And these are the greens that we want to actually use to throw at our Chocobos to catch them. And they're Tantal greens. Now these Tantal greens are much more reasonably priced. So you can get 99 of them for, say, about 50 or 40,000. But you only want to buy about 60. I also end up buying more of them, but I also wasted some opportunities to catch chocobos. So, next thing we have to do is fly over to the Gold Saucer area and to the Medeal area to get some chocobos. But to get the chocobos that we need to mate some. Chocobo mating is an interesting process, and it involves getting some nuts, and nuts can be stolen from this guy. I have the mug command because I leveled up my steel, so we need to mug carob nuts from this guy. You need 3 of them, just 3. You need 3 carob nuts and 1 Zeo nut. I don't show you getting a Zeo nut, but you can steal the Zeo nut from goblins on Goblin Island, which are the 2 little land masses on the map towards the right hand side that you can't get to any other way besides an airship or with a chocobo, which obviously you can't have at this point. This thing has lots of health, so this footage is being sped up for you, as it basically takes quite a long time. But afterwards, hopefully, what we should have is 3 carob nuts, and then we'll be ready to actually capture some chocobos. I don't show you me catching the chocobos, but the good chocobos are located near the Gold Saucer, and the great chocobos are located near Medeal. The higher the difficulty of the enemies with the chocobo, the more likely the kind of chocobo that you want to get is the one you'll get. I do show getting a wonderful chocobo, but that's much later on. As you can see with the curse ring, if you don't kill the enemy in time, you die. But when you revive them, you don't have the penalty anymore, which is great. These things have about 30,000 health or something. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous! And also you can tell by me doing this with Sid as the main party leader that I hadn't got Cloud back yet. And this is the only part you can do without having Cloud back yet, because you need access to the Gold Saucer, and you can't get access to the Gold Saucer without having Cloud back in your party, which is a bit of a shame. So either way, that's that part done, and now we'll go on to the actual meat of the thing, which is doing all the catching, all the mating, everything. In total, this has taken me 7 hours to do from start to finish, so all the side quests you've seen now, everything is inclusive within those 7 hours, which is quite a long time really, but that's okay. So it's worth it, trust me, it's worth it in the end. So until then, let's go to the meat of the video. Okay, so basically what we're going to do is we need to go and bring some chocobos into the stable. We only need goods and greats. You can get good from the Chocobo Saucer area, and you can get great from the Medeal area. Just because they're the ones you can get in those areas doesn't mean that's all you get. It depends on the difficulty of the enemies. So, I've got a female Chocobo here that's good. So we're going to call her Femcho. Femcho is a great name for Chocobo because it's female and Chocobo. So, we're going to release all the Chocobos that aren't great. So if he says average or not bad or something like that, they aren't really good enough for what we need them to do. So we have to release them all. And once we come back, what we're going to have is 2 greats and 2 goods. So like that. So a great female, a great male, a good female and a good male. And now what we can do is feed them. We need to feed them 5 Silcus greens and 5 Tantal greens each. And there's a very important reason why we do that. It's because we need to race them all. And feeding them greens improves all their stats, so they're much more likely to win the races. And once we've done that, we can feed all of these guys, one after the other, with 5 greens each. And then we can race them. So until then, I'll see you guys when we get to the racing part. Okay, so this is the part that takes the longest amount of time. We need to race all 4 of these Chocobos to B rank. So that means winning 3 races with each Chocobo. That doesn't mean doing 3 races. If you get second or below, that doesn't count. You have to win. So if you win 3 races with each Chocobo, which shouldn't be too difficult, you will get to B rank. And once we get to B rank, that's when the next part takes place. So I'll see you guys then. Okay, so now once we've done 3 races with each Chocobo, this took about an hour and a half as well, a really long time. We need to mate 2 Chocobos together. So we're going to mate the great male and the great and the good female. You need to make sure not to get those confused like I did. A great male with a good female with a carob nut, and we should hopefully get a blue Chocobo. There we go, a blue one. And this Chocobo female is going to be called Blue, because it's blue. And I am the best namer of all the times. There we go, Blue, like that. So that's going to be called Blue. And then once we need to mate the other 2 together to get a, hopefully, male green Chocobo. Unfortunately, in this recording, I don't do that. But if that doesn't happen, what you can do is you can save before you do this and restart, so that you can get the Chocobo you actually need, the colour or the sex. For example, I get a green one here, but it's also a female, so that's not what we want. So I don't change its name. I just leave it as it is and select and leave and go and change save like this. So once I've loaded the save and come back again, this took about an hour of me doing this again and again. So I got the green one, I called it Gwyn, the male, and Blue is a female one that I ended up getting both of, and that took quite a long time. So then, once we've raced those 6 times so that we can get them to rank A, we need to have a stable prepared, so we're going to release some more Chocobos. This is the sad part if you actually got connected to your Chocobos. Luckily I don't, apart from the coloured ones, because the coloured ones are amazing. We need to release all of them. So I released all 4 of the yellow ones. Don't get rid of the blue and green ones. You need to get rid of at least 2, but I get rid of all 4 yellow ones. So that's fine. And once we've released all 4 yellow ones, we get the green and the blue to rank A by winning 6 races with each one. B is, to get to rank A is a little bit more difficult, but not too much, considering you've fed greens to the green and blue one as well, so they're also you know, overly leveled. And you've got so much gil by selling that mastered all, you can just buy greens until you win if you need to. Unfortunately, someone else goes wrong here. So basically, because these chocobos had just been born, I couldn't make them. So you have to go battle outside until you can. And this can take ages. So while I was doing that, I did some side quests and got Gauntlet. Got Gauntlet. And then just... there we go. That's lots of skipping things because that's all the side quests I was doing. But here, now I'm going to make the 2 Class A's, the blue and the green, with the last carob nut I have. And hopefully that will give us a black chocobo. At Class A, it's pretty much guaranteed you get a black one, but if you don't, just reload the save and then you'll be alright. So, we get a black chocobo here, and we're going to call it Shadow, because that's an FF6 reference, and that's pretty cool. So, we're going to call it Shadow. It's also the name of a hedgehog, not that that matters. This one doesn't wield guns. But let's go. So, the black hedgehog chocobo Shadow. Now we're going to level that one up, but we need to get that one to Class S, but not until we get a wonderful chocobo. And you can get a wonderful chocobo from the icicle area, as I'm showing you now. So the northern continent. You want to land not here, but there. I'd moved my black chocobo over here earlier. And now we want to go over to these tracks. Your chocobo lore should be rank 3 or above at this point. If it's not, go and AP farm until it is. And you get chocobo of the wonderful caliber here. And once we get a wonderful chocobo, if we level up those to at least an A, but hopefully more than an A, so this one's a Class C and that wonderful one's a Class C, we need to go level these up until the black one is an S, so I did that, and the wonderful one's an A, but getting both S's is even more useful. So I mate my black chocobo until it's because it's an S, and then I mate my wonderful chocobo until it's an A. And I'm going to use the Zeo nut that we get from the Goblin Island, that you can steal from goblins. And now, that wouldn't have been on the PS1 version, but that confirmed that we get the gold chocobo before I even needed to do anything, which is brilliant. And once we've got the golden chocobo, now we can actually get the fruits of our labour 7 hours after we started. I call this Joey because it's the only thing you can actually name after me that Final Fantasy fans won't go, "Oh my god, what the fuck are you doing, blah?" So, did that. And now we need to take him out for a ride. But not until I feed this guy all of my greens, because I want to race him to Class S and get some pretty sweet items. But not now. I'll do that in my own time. So I'm going to feed him all of the greens. But now I'll show you what happens once we actually have the gold chocobo.